stupidly epic.
How's this for starters?
Hello everybody, this is just a quick wee proof of English audio in Dragonball FighterZ. The demo, the beta demo thing that I played defaulted to Japanese audio language, so this is just sort of, I flicked it from Japanese to English after the fact. After I'd recorded all the footage, I was like, why is it in Japanese? I want to hear it in English. And so I went to the options menu and realised that it does have English voice acting. So yeah, here's the proof. The proof is in the pudding. Hello everybody and welcome back to You Got 5 Minutes. It's a bit of a special episode today, guys, because we're having a quick wee look at Dragonball FighterZ on the PS4. There was an open beta for the game, launched just a few days prior to the actual launch of the game, just so people could have like a wee shot of it. First of all, I'd like to just say that I apologise in advance. There's no online fighting in this bloody video because of all the time that I spent trying to play the game. I went through all the training mode and everything like that, but as you can see in the bottom right hand corner, just above the 0 in my opponent's thing there's a wee magnifying glass. That means all the time that I was in training mode, the game was searching for online matches for me. And it just wouldn't connect to anybody. Nobody was connecting to me. So I don't know how the online is in the game. I never got a chance to try it. I was playing it for about an hour, and yeah, all that time it just wasn't connecting to anybody, which was really annoying. I wanted to get some online gameplay recorded. As you might recall, if you're a long time viewer of the channel, I used to do like online Street Fighter 5 videos and things like that, Street Fighter 4 and everything, and yeah, I used to do ranked matches of that, and I used to love doing that, and I was hoping to get the sort of, you know, a similar sort of thing going, and but no, it just wouldn't connect to anybody. I don't know why. I've no idea why it wouldn't connect, but for all the time that I was sitting in training mode trying to like learn the mechanics and all that, it just would not connect. So I apologise for that. It's definitely not my connection because I've got a 9 megabit per second upload speed and like 36 down, 9 up. So it should definitely not be any problem with my connection. I was sticking to the same region and everything like that. I just set it to Europe, UK, trying to get like the game was packed, by the way. Like every room there was like 64 to 64 like players playing, and I'd have to go like down right to the bottom of the list on like UK 3 servers to like find something that had like 28 members in it, and yeah, so like there was obviously people playing it and they were playing it online, but I just for one reason or another, I don't know why, it just wasn't connecting to anybody for me while I was in training mode. I've no idea. But that being said, though, the game's quite fun. I didn't really get a chance to try that many characters because the again, I'd have to play it online for me to get like my roster of characters, like to what I choose, you know. But in the tutorial stuff, you get a shot of like some characters and you get to flick between them. L1 is your tag out button or assist button, depending on the direction that you're pressing. The characters have a very similar feeling to each other. Like they do have unique special moves and things like that, but the way they play very familiar, like similarly to each other, which is kinda scary, but at the same time I was kind of expecting it, purely because the you know, everybody in Dragon Ball is pretty much the same. they have like a couple of unique sort of moves to themselves, but for the most part, they're all martial artists. They're all throwing like ki blasts at each other. So I was kind of expecting most of the characters to feel kind of familiar to each other, like similar to each other. But in terms of the gameplay seems really fun. I like it's got an almost Arcana Heart kind of feel to it, where you can kind of fly towards your opponent, and if you catch them at the right distance, you're able to chase them in midair and sort of, well, you know, fly around the screen and, like, you know, kick the crap out of them while they're in midair. It's slightly different from using Dust in Guilty Gear, because Dust is like it's like automatically follows them up. Like, it's a little cutscene that actually brings your character up to where they are. But like in Arcana Heart and in this, it's almost like you're able to sort of miss. Like if you don't hit it at the right sort of the right distance or whatever like that, it's almost like you can miss the sort of flying up to them and sort of following them up, you know. Looking at special moves, I was trying to figure out how to like summon Shenron, and I was like, how do you do that? But yeah, and I was like, oh, you've got to do the square version of the super combo. So this game's got one of the things that I don't like about modern fighting games. See some modern fighting games like Blaze Blue, King of Fighters 14 does this as well. They've got a system and Thingy as well. Would you cry it? What's the Persona 4 Arena, and some other, I think it's Under Night In-Birth and things like that, have this same sort of system in place where you can just tap the square button and it'll do like an auto combo and finish it off with like a super. But in this game you can do it with the triangle and the circle button as well. It's like you can do auto combos with any button. You just tap the triangle button and it'll do like a big auto combo, and it'll finish with like a Kamehameha, and it's like, I know you're trying to make it accessible for like people who don't really play 2D fighting games, but like, there are those of us who would prefer not to be as cheap as to like just randomly tap the square button. And I know that's optional, you don't have to do that, but at the same time it's like, it's there. And like, if you're if you're getting beat, you might end up resorting to it. You know what I mean? So, and it just feels cheap when you do. And I don't know. I just feel kind of like that system should be like toggle it off in the options menu and make sure that your opponents can't do that as well. You know, because like getting beat by that and beating people by that, it just feels kind of wrong. But you've got the auto combos. You've got like, man, Piccolo's totally awesome. You've got your auto combos. You've got your like ki blasts, and like as you could probably guess, like everybody's Kamehamehas. They like all those sort of ki blasts and all that sort of things that expend their you know, like fireball energy is all done with a one button. So like if you tap the cross button, you'll throw a quick little ki blast. But if you do like fire like a Hadouken motion down for it an X, down to for an X, you'll do like a Kamehameha. If you hold the cross button down or rapidly tap it, it'll fire out like quick, like a burst of like a lot of little ki blasts at the same time. But everybody has that same sort of system. So like even Krillin, like if you just tap the cross button, he'll do his like little ki blast things. But if you do down to for it and cross, he'll do his Destructo disc. You know, like the disc thing that he throws out. So I mean, it's like everybody feels similar to play. They do have different moves, but all their moves are all based on the same motion inputs, you know. It's interesting how they've done it, and like I get why they've done that, because Dragon Ball is like, it transcends the fighting game genre, you know. It's bigger than the fighting game genre, so it's trying to pull in as many of its fans as possible with accessibility. So like they're not trying to confuse people with all these like really weird fighting mechanics like Guilty Gear would have, for example. They're just trying to keep it sort of straightforward, but sort of true to the really high octane, fast paced sort of style of some of these fights that you would get in the anime, you know. It's it's a mixed bag for me. I still prefer the system in Guilty Gear, just because I like sort of complex fighting mechanics, as opposed to very, very simple fight mechanics like Street Fighter or whatever, you know. But as a package, it's visually splendid. Like everything that I was seeing and hearing, I was extremely pleased with. Except for, you know, the sort of auto combos and the sort of everybody having the same similar kind of inputs and things like that for their special moves. Outside of that, the game looks and sounds excellent. While I was playing the training, the sort of tutorial training mode, all the voice acting was in Japanese, and I was worried that the voice acting was only going to be in Japanese, because obviously it's weird kind of like having Japanese as the default language option when you're releasing a demo in the UK or the US or whatever. But afterwards I went into the options menu, into the sound menu, and you are able to change it from Japanese to English, because I'm one of those idiots that like watched it back when I was a kid on like TV and it was like all in English, so I prefer the English voice dub for the game. So I'm going to insert the English audio clip at the very start, just to show you that it is possible to get the English voice acting into the game. I'll probably not bother like speaking over it. I might do actually, because the last time I decided not to put any like speaking over the top of my thing, where it got like it got like copyright content ID'd. So I might actually end up putting like a wee bit of talking over the top of it. But like looking at all the look at like the way it looks. I'm so glad that they've decided to use the same sort of visual style that they have for Guilty Gear, where you're where they've decided to make it 3D models, but like cell shade it into 2D, like to make it look like it's in 2D. You know what I really hope for next? Forget Dragon Ball. I want a Fist of the North Star fighting game that looks like this. They've done one before. They've done a 2D one back in the PS2, but I'd love to see them revitalize it and like have Kenshiro and like all the others, you know, Rei, Shin, man, like all the all the total amazing like Fist of the North Star characters, because I love Fist of the North Star, I love Kenshiro, and like Fist of the North Star is essentially Dragon Ball Z before Dragon Ball Z, you know, like just big guys beating the crap at each other, and like every challenge is like a tougher challenge than the last. It's essentially the same thing, so why not, you know? But yeah, guys, I'm sorry I couldn't get an online match going. I really wish I could. I was really hoping to get some sort of online gameplay shown off. But I hope at least sort of the recording that I got of the training mode, the tutorial mode stuff is at least enough to sort of satiate you till the game comes out. And there's other channels that'll be covering it that probably get, you know, online matches going anyway. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Dragon Ball Z, yeah, dragon, rock the Dragon Ball Z. Dragon, rock the dragon, come get me. Dragon, rock the dragon.